What's up guys, Zinigami here. You know what time it is? It's time for 60 Stamina Enel. We're going to be using a double Doflamingo team. And this team would work as long as you have at least one special up on your Doflamingo. You only need one special up on your Doflamingo for this to work. I might as well use something that's 14 turns just because... Oh wait, no. Let's use one of our subscribers, Alruhe Manny. Because he did ask me to use him, so let's use him in the video. Alruhe Manny, how many turns is he? 18 turns, more than enough. Remember, if you're using a 1 Mihawk and 1 Doflamingo team, which is what I highly recommend, 1 Mihawk, 1 Doflamingo. If you do 1 Mihawk, 1 Doflamingo, then you're going to need your cooldowns to be about 21-22 turns. However, depending on how much you stall out on those first stages, you can get a 24 turn Doflamingo to work. Or any character that's 24 turns, but 21 turns, 22 turns is ideal. We're going to be using a double Doflamingo team, and our health is going to be as high as possible. About 68,000 health is your goal that we're going to be going at right now. Now, the first turn, we're actually going to probably take a hit on our first turn, and our only goal for the first 2 stages is to get, or basically the first 3 stages, is to get as much food as we can. Because even with the Mihawk Slasher ship, I can still heal for about 500 every time I get a food orb. So I'm going to kill some dudes, but I am also going to be looking for food because I'm a hungry man. Or a hungry hippo. Remember, lightning damage is every 3 turns, and lightning on every 3rd turn is going to be for 1,800 damage. And that damage does stack up quite a bit. It does get up there. So still no foods. I would love to get food, especially after this turn. We're going to take our first lightning strike, and that's when we can start to heal. And the little bits of health do start mattering the longer you fight these stages. So since this is a lightning turn, this is going to be a nothing, this is going to be nothing, and the next turn will be lightning. Since next turn is lightning, I'm going to go ahead and take a hit here. So I'm going to take a hit from this guy. Careful not to let the lightning kill this guy, because you don't want to have you don't want to have 3 turns to stall on stage 2. You want to just have the lightning kill stage 2 for you. Now we're starting to get food. Excellent. This turn should be lightning right here. Lightning at the end of the turn. Perfect. So now I'll kill him and move forward. So it does buy me a little bit extra time here, but I also want to throw away all my food or all my orbs because I just want food. Remember, the goal is food. Food. I got all 1 turns on my turtles, which literally almost never happens. But I'm just gonna try to kill everything in 1 turn. Normally, oops, I guess I'm gonna take some hits from the turtles. Which, oh my goodness, I'm gonna take a bunch of hits from turtles. Turtles, you know, they hit you for a fair amount. That's actually a lot of health. I lost down 5,000 health is a full turn there. And I do want to make sure the lobster doesn't actually hit us, because the lightning will happen at the end of his turn, not the end of our turn. So kill the lobster, lightning will kill everything. A little unfortunate that the turtles were all in 1 cooldown. I actually haven't seen that in a long time. So we're going to get our int and psi characters locked for 1 turn. And remember that any strength or dex or quick characters are going to lock our int and psi characters for 1 turn. Any psi or int characters is going to lock our dex characters or dex strength and quick characters for 1 turn. A lot of words I just said out right there. So what's going to happen is that this strength character in the bottom left hand corner is going to skip his attack, and he's going to lock our Usopp 1 more time. And if I wanted that to happen, I could let that happen, but I'm just going to go ahead and kill him because I want to try to get the food orb off of that Golden Pound Usopp. So what I am going to do, however, is let that Dex guy in the bottom right-hand corner survive, because that Dex guy is going to skip his attack and instead lock Golden Pound Usopp. So he's going to skip his attack, lock Usopp, Golden. Now the reason I'm letting 2 guys survive is because I am gonna have to do some damage to him while I'm looking for orbs here. And so there's 1 food orb, and I'm going to just go through all my attacks. It is going to put some damage on him, and the lightning is actually going to do damage to him too. So here's another lock. Here's another lightning strike. And so lightning strike was right there. Pay very close attention to when lightning strikes are. That's the first turn lightning strike. That means we're going to take 1 turn here. and then next turn we're gonna kill this guy in the back row, or we're gonna kill our last guy next turn. Alternatively, you can pay attention to what turn cooldown. In my mind, I pay attention to what turn my Mihawk is at, because I know that if I'm using a Mihawk Doflamingo team, I want my Mihawk to be at a 6-turn cooldown whenever I move on to the next stage. And this is when my Mihawk, this is if your Mihawk is max special. So since this is my double Doflamingo turn and I'm installing an extra cycle, my Mihawk I want to be at 3 turns. So this is a 3-turn Mihawk. That means I'm going to go ahead and kill this guy right now. Of course, looking for as many food orbs as I can, because food orbs are what all matters to us. At the end of this turn, because we stalled out correctly, lightning is going to kill everything for us. And that means we're just going to either look for more Dex orbs at this point, because right now we're at Enel, and we're just going to have lightning kill everything here. And we've got our Dex orbs. Alright, you can see my Doflamingo right now currently has 11 turns. We're gonna try to survive for 10 turns on Enel. If you don't know what Enel does, Enel attacks for 6,300 damage every turn. For the first 3 turns, he's going to reduce all damage he takes by half and prevent all debuffs against him. We're going to save our specials until later, and we're going to save our Mihawk until A, we know that we're not going to push him below 50% even when we attack, and B, after we use Golden Pound Usopp. So there's Enel Shuffle. Now I know based on how many turns I stalled on this that Enel is always going to shuffle the turn after lightning happens. So that was Enel Shuffle. Next turn nothing's going to happen, and the next turn is lightning. Enel shuffles, clears all buffs, and clears all debuffs every 3 turns. So every 3 turns Enel clears out everything and just starts over new. Now this does mean that if you're using characters that prevent damage like Jozu, or if you're using, not Jozu because he's a quick character, if you're using things that reduce damage like Perona or Mr. 1, he's going to clear buffs. If you're using things that last for multiple turns, like if you're trying to use a Kobe's special that lasts 2-turn orb boost, he's going to remove that orb boost, so he removes all negative and all positive effects from himself and you. So that doesn't matter. So next turn, this turn was a lightning strike. Next turn should be a lightning strike, and then the turn after that should be his clear buffs and debuffs again. But what we all want to do is just try to get as many food orbs as I can, because I don't want to let my health get too low. I'm not quite sure what health I'm gonna be at for these last couple hits. 3 food orbs, that's excellent. And I'm going to go ahead and take this one. I'm going ahead and gonna take all these food orbs. So 1, 2, 3. Of course, it's only 500 that I heal up each turn, but that does save me from one lightning attack. And I'm gonna pay very close attention. This is his shuffle turn. Since this turn is his shuffle, the end of the 3rd attack is when I'm going to be using my Golden Pound Usopp. So the next end of his next shuffle, that's when I Golden Pound Usopp, and I know that I have 24,000 health. I have more than enough health to survive the next 3 turns, so I'm just gonna hit him now. Hit him for the next 3 turns. Get him as low as you can. So we're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now I can use my Mihawk now. I'm a little concerned. So there's lightning. Just a reminder, lightning damage happens right before Enel gonna shuffle. So this is gonna be the last attack that I take. I have enough health to survive. That's the reason that I take those food orbs, because even if Enel stalled, remember that the lightning can still kill us. So you always have to still be concerned that lightning kills you. So there we go. We still have enough health to survive some lightning hits. Enel's gonna shuffle everything around, and then we use Golden Pound Usopp, and then immediately after Golden Pound Usopp, we use Mihawk. Because if Enel stalled, he doesn't use anything. He doesn't do his health cut, he doesn't use his special attack. Now if you're not familiar with what Enel does, under 50%, before Enel attacks, Enel actually cuts your health in half, and then he still attacks. So if you are gemming, if you're only gonna plan on getting 1 Enel, he cuts your health in half immediately, and then he still attacks for 6,300 damage. So you take a lot of damage very quickly. Even with like a double Doflamingo team, you're going to lose a lot of health. So, but if you stalled, he doesn't use his specials. So as soon as you use your Mihawk, Golden Type Usopp, that is the turn to use your Mihawks. And now we're gonna hit him as hard as we can, because now it's just execution. Now we just have to hurt him as badly as we possibly can. Reminding Enel of all the people he's hurt in his life. So that's 1. This is 2. This should be a lightning turn right here. It's a big shame that I actually missed that attack. You lose out on a lot of damage if you miss an attack like that. There's a lightning, so next turn he's going to clear all buffs and debuffs. But he will not attack yet. So he does his debuff clearing at the end of his turn. So you don't have to worry about him attacking you after he clears buffs and debuffs. So here we go. Clears all buffs and debuffs. And then shuffles our orbs. So you can see here that my Doflamingo has 0 special ups on Doflamingo. No special ups on Dofi at all. And I have a 1-turn cooldown. So if you have 1 special up on your Doflamingo, you can do this fight using a double Doflamingo team. Now, I also just got 0 special ups, 0 orbs for my Law. Here's a trick that you can use to help reset your specials. If you get a bad set like this, now I'm pretty sure that with 2 Dex orbs, I can barely beat this fight, but I'm going to go ahead and show you this anyways. You can exit out of the game and reopen the game. If you exit out of the game and reopen the game is going to assume that, oh, I guess you closed me on accident. It's okay, I'll start you out at the start of your turn because you haven't attacked yet. So since you haven't attacked, if you have already started attacking, if you accidentally attack and you miss an attack and you close the game is going to just skip your turn. So don't do this if you already started attacking. That's not how this works. This is before you attack. The game's going to say, well, here, we'll restart you. We're going to open yourself up again. And then you're going to have a chance. Since Enel's lightning shuffle happens at the end of his turn, he's going to shuffle. And then we're going to have all our specials up again. So it gives me another chance to use my Law. If you're bringing a Croc on your team, you can use your Croc special again. Servers are really heavy right now because everyone's trying to fight Enel, so it's taking a little time for me to log in. Yes, I would like to continue my fight. Dun, dun. And let's also talk about, people have been asking a lot about whether they can use Zoro and Law instead of Doflamingo and Mihawk. Do not use a Zoro Law team for 60 stamina because you will lose. Zoro and Law, although they have the same captain boost as Doflamingo and Mihawk, do not have as good specials. Doflamingo special is amazing and Mihawk special is amazing. You're losing out on those 2 very, very, very key specials if you use a Zoro Law team. I do not recommend a Zoro Law team at all. I don't recommend you substitute Dofli for Zoro. I don't recommend you substitute Law for Mihawk. Try to use a Mihawk captain with a Doflamingo friend or the other way around. Those are the best teams. Or use a double Doflamingo team like right here if you don't have any special ups on your Doflamingo yourself. So there we go. We use our special. We're going to attack with all our perfects, and then that's it. We're good. And that is I'm gonna finish attacking before I keep talking because don't want to butcher that turn. There we go. That is the most stalling you can effectively get out of an Enel fight. That is what was Doflamingo's initial cooldown at? 28 turns, right? That's a 27 turn stall. You only need 1 special up on Doflamingo to be able to pull that off, guys. You can have, but you have to have your levels done. You have to have your levels right. And I want to check, and I know chat's gonna answer me by the time I check this. 28 turns. So you only need a 27 turn Doflamingo to be able to use a double Doflamingo team for this fight. But you need a lot of health. You can see that I got to within 1,000 health of dying, or like within 1,500 health of dying. Every single food orb that I got mattered. Okay, 2 food orbs I got didn't matter, but I needed all that recovery. I needed every single one of those food orbs that every single one of food orbs that I was just trying to get. I needed those. And that's why I recommend this team only if you have enough health. Now that team was with double Doflamingo using a Koza. If you don't have Koza, you can always try to bring in someone like a Croc to give you some more health. And my Mihawk ship is not maxed, that is true. So double finger instead of Koza means you're going to need more health, and it's gonna be really, really, really close. It's gonna be very difficult. Anyways, guys, you're gonna see some other teams after this. You're gonna see Doflamingo and Mihawk after this, but other teams that work, just like in my other preparation guide I talked about, Rayleigh, double Rayleigh teams will work, double log Luffy's will work, but with double log Luffy and double Rayleigh, you kind of want to have a Whitebeard ship. But other teams are not really recommended. Don't use Zoro Law, don't use double Zoro, don't use double Law. Those are all very difficult, and I only recommend those for 30 and 40 stamina, not 60 stamina. I've been Zenigami, good luck, y'all stay beautiful.